It's sort of like a manual, like a reference manual that you can use to say, like, hey, I'm going to build a house, or I'm designing my garden, or I'm trying to solve some sort of design issue. You can consult the book, and there are patterns that relate to each other, and it's sort of like one of those novels that you can like create your own story.
You know, looking at the prison industrial complex as something that's really problematic and thinking about it, and talking about alternatives and looking at looking at healing as necessary.
I think it's the best work of 19th century realism, hands down. It's just an exciting story and compelling characters, well written, and also deeply philosophical.
And they eventually meet a creature called a Whangdoodle, and I forget exactly what he looks like, but he's sort of like, I always pictured him sort of like a very small moose.
It was published posthumously. He died a couple of years ago, and it's a response to E.O. Wilson's book on consilience, and he and E.O. Wilson have had this long rivalry, and it's sort of his last little, stick it to E.O. Wilson.
Their philosophy is just about closed-loop systems where waste does not exist.
Really what she is she has wild magic, which means she can talk to animals, and she's sort of like Dr. Dolittle a little.
She uses, on the one hand, very lavish diction and rich vocabulary, and a lot of neologisms and words that sort of are just evocative of Scandinavia and the coastline, but at the same time the syntax is very sparse.
Great, because I love books like this where you can kind of learn something about history while you're reading, but also be really entertained.
And talks about their life together, and their friendship and their love, and is a really beautiful, unconventional love story.